Convert all those old audio cassettes into MP3 files? That's exactly what this does. Dave Taylor here, and this time I want to talk about old school audio technology. That's what this is. Anyone recognize this? It's an audio cassette. Now, this was the big thing back a few years ago, and it's a tape that actually has two spools on it, and it just winds, and you go in one direction, then the other direction, and it gives you up to 90 minutes of music. It was really popular because you could make your own mixtapes and stuff, just like in Guardians of the Galaxy. But the problem is a lot of people have these cassettes and no way to play them. Used to be you'd have cassette players in cars. They don't make those anymore either. So what do you do with all these? Most people just say, oh well, and chuck them. I have a lot of audiobooks on cassettes, so I looked for a better solution. And that's how I found this. This is the Feir Cassette Converter, and it's a pretty simple device where it's a cassette player, but it also has circuitry in it that lets you convert that and save it onto a USB flash drive as an MP3 file. Let me just show you how it works. So first off, we open it up and you put your cassette in, and it actually has auto reverse, so that's really nice. You just do the settings. Here's on the top, lots of buttons. And then you want to plug it in. So it comes with the power cable. It does not come with a USB adapter, so you'll need your own. If you're like me, you probably have a ton of them. Then you want some sort of flash drive. Again, it doesn't come with one of these, but I know I have a ton of these and they're easy to find. You can pick them up at Target or Walmart or just about any supermarket. Plug it all in. Now we're ready to go. And you can tell we're ready to go because there's a little tiny green light. And here's the thing, for a relatively simple device, this has a lot of buttons, but it gets weirder because it has a lot of buttons you don't need. So all these buttons on the back, there's one button that you use. You don't use any of the other ones. That one button you push, and now my green light is flashing, which means that whatever's coming out of the audio here is being saved as an MP3 file onto the flash drive. Then I go to the front and I push play. And now the tape is moving, and as the audio is going, it's actually going straight onto the flash drive. That's it, super easy. Now, important to know is that it's a one-to-one. There's no acceleration, there's no transformations, there's no filtering. If you have a 90-minute cassette, it will take 90 minutes to go through the process. And what's a little more confusing to me is that the player will turn off automatically once it goes all the way and all the way back, but the recording system keeps running. So I let it run overnight one night and I had a really big MP3 file. Now the good news is that with free software like Audacity, it's super easy to open up the MP3 file, cut out all the junk, and then just save the piece that actually has the content you want. So it's not really that big a deal. Maybe one more step. I don't understand why they couldn't have had it automatically turn off 60 seconds after the play button ends, but they don't. So it goes. So it does have fast forward and rewind and everything. So you have all of those features. It also has audio out and volume control. So you could actually use this just as a cassette player, or you could hook it up to a speaker. So one way you could do this is you could actually listen to your favorite cassette on a speaker and simultaneously be saving it as an MP3. And then when it's done, all you have to do is you stop the front, and then on the back, you just push that same button and it's done. And now I can just pull this out and I have an MP3 file on here that represents, at least in this case, the first few minutes of that cassette. It's literally that easy to use. Super straightforward. You can put 2 AA batteries in. I recommend you plug it in for a nice consistent power source. You don't want any surges or variations in voltage because you don't want the speed of the motor to vary. And that's about all I have to say. It's, you know, a pretty straightforward design. It is definitely a more budget-minded product. And I will also say, in the spirit of honest disclosure, This is the second unit I got. The first one that they sent me didn't work very well, and it had dropouts, it had bursts of static. It was super frustrating. I went through and tried like 6 different cassettes, and none of them I got a clean recording. So I reached out to the company and they said, oh yeah, we'll send you another one. And so this one they sent me has worked flawlessly. I immediately went, and in the course of one evening, I converted my fabulous, treasured Foucault's pendulum, read by Tim Curry. You cannot get this on digital. I converted this into MP3, and now it's sitting on my iPhone ready for me to listen. That is really cool. The fact that I had to do a little bit of extra work with Audacity to clean up the front and back of each recording, whatever, it's just a couple of minutes extra work. It's really, really easy to use. And the end result, fantastic. So I really, really like this. You know, if you're someone that has a lot of audio cassettes and doesn't know what the heck to do with them, this will let you convert them into MP3 digital files, which you can then listen to on really any device, an Android phone, an Apple tablet, an iPhone, on your computer, whatever you want to listen to. You can leave it on the little flash drive even, and a lot of stereos and even TVs. You can plug this in and you can listen straight from there. So it gives you a huge amount of versatility. Is it the most reliable and product in the world? Well, once I got a good unit, it turned out to be really good. But getting to that second unit was super important. So if you get one and it seems a little flaky, don't hesitate to reach out to the company and see if they can send you a replacement or give you some suggestions on how to have it work better. Now, before I tell you the price, and you're going to like the price, just trust me, you're going to like the price. Before we get there though, can I ask if you can go ahead and click on that subscribe button, because it's really, really great if you can subscribe to my channel. And if this is useful, and if you remember, those glorious cassettes, give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Cool. Now, the price. The Feir Cassette Converter, audio cassette to MP3 digital file. This device with power cable, and pretty much that's all you get. It comes with little tiny headphones, so you can use it earbuds for monitors, but you will supply your own USB, you will need to supply your own power adapter, whatever, I'm sure you have those. So this unit, the Feir Cassette Converter, will run you $29.99 at Amazon.com. And to put that in context, when I bought this single audiobook was more than 29 bucks. So the fact that I can convert all these others, and honestly, the boxes of them in my garage, fantastic. So, this is Dave Taylor. I'm going back to Foucault's pendulum, and I'll catch you in my next video.